Hello everyone. Um, Hope you're having a lovely Friday. I'm so glad that it is Friday. It's been a heck of a week for me. Thought I'd take some time and answer some questions about travel insurance. This comes up because, actually I'll give people a chance to join. So please take a moment. I would sing for you guys, but I'm horrible. I can't sing. You don't want me to sing. Trust me, you don't. And I don't have my selfie stick, so I'm doing the whole arm hold thing. So, yeah. So the reason I am going live right now on this topic is because I just actually, about a week ago, received my reimbursement check from the incident in Barbados. If you don't recall, I actually ended up missing my connecting flight home because the flight from Barbados was delayed. Technically they got there 20 minutes early, but because they were early there was no gate available, and so they had to sit on the tarmac for like 20-30 minutes, which then made their official arrival time late, which then made customs backed up, which meant I missed my flight home, which meant I had to get a hotel for the night. Lovely, I know. The beautiful thing about having travel insurance, though, is that although, yes, initially I had to pay for the hotel room, I just called, let them know the situation. I had to send in some documentation, of course, which was easy peasy. I just called the airline, JetBlue, thank you, JetBlue. Let them know what I needed. Actually, I don't even think I called the airline. I sent the little email on their website. So sent that, and sent that to the agent along with a copy of the new ticket, a copy of the hotel receipt, I think a couple of other things, but they'll tell you what you need. And they made their decision, and voila, I get reimbursed for that hotel stay. The reason that I am, telling you guys, if you have the means, okay, I highly recommend travel insurance, especially when you're talking about things that cost a few $100s, and especially if you have a lot of time between, when you initially start paying and your trip, okay? So one thing to know is that you can get travel insurance up until like the day before, I think within 24 hours of your departure, okay? The only thing with that is typically you lose out on some benefits. If you get travel insurance within like 15 days, 15 to 21, depends on the plan, of your deposit or initial payment for the trip, then there are certain things that are included. One of them, for most insurance companies, but again, it depends on your policy, is the pre-existing condition clause, okay? So that way, if there was something that's always been an issue for you, they can't exclude, reimbursing you because this issue came up and you had to cancel your trip. Case in point would be a back problem. If you had a back problem previously, you sign up for insurance and pay for your trip same time. If something happens and that issue flares up, they can't exclude you because of a pre-existing condition. However, if let's say you pay for the trip and then you miss that 15-day window and something comes up with your back, it could become an issue with regard to the pre-existing. So I'm not an agent, so don't quote me on all the specifics. I'm giving you my knowledge as a travel consultant and my experience with travel insurance. I have to put that little caveat out there. People often think they only need travel insurance in case they cancel the trip. Not really. Now, I will say that once upon a time I paid for a cruise and ended up having to cancel, and I lost out on close to like $800. It was $700 something, and it sucked. And if I had purchased the travel insurance, it would have only cost me $150. So yeah, do the math on that. Outside of cancellation, travel insurance is great because of like delays. For example, in my situation, flight delayed and I happened to miss my connection, so I had to stay overnight, and so it can potentially cover hotel stay. Plus, I actually could have also put my dinner receipt in there if I wanted to. And if, let's say that my bags had gone on and I didn't have clothing, that would have been part of that. And each plan is different, so you'll have limits of coverage. So you have to make sure you understand that. If your bags, and this has happened to me, If your bags are delayed or lost, it provides coverage for that. If you need medical care while you're traveling, let's say you ate something that tasted fabulous going in but had problems on the way out, then there's also medical coverage typically with travel insurance. So just kind of putting that out there so that you don't automatically just look at the cost of it and discount getting it. It's worth getting. I mean, it's kind of like car insurance. Sometimes you pay for it and you don't need it, and it can feel like you wasted money, but really it's sort of protecting your investment. Just like your car insurance is protecting your investment and covering you in case something happens. I know of one person who didn't take their medication with them, and they traveled internationally and had to work with the insurance company on finding them a place to get the medication. Sounds great. You know, they get home and they get a bill for $1,500. So yes, if they had travel Insurance, that may have been covered. So if you have questions about travel insurance, let me know. I actually work with Travel Guard, and those plans are written through, or underwritten, I should say, through AIG, who I trust. Been around for years. They have several types of plans. So again, if you have questions, just let me know. Shoot me an email at lawaltravel@gmail.com, or you can post a comment under this video, and I will do my very best to answer it or point you in the right direction, or even put, some supporting links in the comments so that you can get the information that you need. Travel insurance, you can purchase different ways. You can purchase it through your travel consultant or through that supplier. Like, for example, Carnival. Carnival offers travel protection. There are some differences in the coverage though, so you want to make sure that you understand what those differences are, and your travel consultant should be able to tell you what those differences are. For example, with Carnival, they may say that, if you cancel, you get a credit for a future cruise. You may not want a credit for a future cruise. The benefit of having travel protection outside of that supplier is that you are made whole financially. You get your money, not a credit on the cruise. So just some different nuances. Again, if you have any questions, please email me at lawaltravel@gmail.com, or feel free to post a comment at the bottom of this video. Now, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I hope that you do the same. See you later. I get around.